Today I wanted to do something slower, softer, and calmer. I have set up two paintings for this session, a still life, and later I'll paint a view of sea from inside a cave. As I paint, I want to share some thoughts with you about slowing down in this chaotic world. It feels like everywhere we look, life is speeding up, like these notifications, deadlines, news, trends, and sometimes it feels like if we don't keep up, we'll fall behind. But maybe the real art is in slowing down. Maybe we don't always need to keep up with the people. Maybe slowing down is how we actually catch up with them, with ourselves, with life, with what really matters. So let's paint and let's talk about the art of slowing down together. I'm starting with this still life, just some everyday objects, a jar, a piece of fruit, maybe a flower. I love painting still life because they reminds me that ordinary things are extraordinary when you actually start to notice them. And that's really the first gift of slowing down, that is noticing how sunlight lands on a table, how shadows curve, how even silence has texture. Most of us rush past these things because we are busy, but what if beauty has always been there, just waiting for us to look? When I was younger, I thought slowing down meant something like I was lazy. I thought rest was something you earned after finishing everything else, but the truth is, there's never a moment where everything is finished, where everything is done. There's always another task, another notification, another responsibility. So if you wait for the perfect moment to slow down, it never comes. You have to create it. You have to decide that this moment is enough, I am enough, and I deserve to pause here, I deserve to rest here. As I paint these soft shadows, I noticed how relaxing it feels to give full attention to just one brushstroke at a time. I'm not worrying about the end results and I'm not rushing to finish it. I'm just here, and maybe that's the secret, being fully where you are, not already in the next place. Sometimes I wonder if slowing down isn't just good for us but also for the people around us, because when we move slower, we listen better, we are more present, and we actually hear the stories people are telling us instead of planning our replies. Maybe slowing down isn't selfish, maybe it's generous. It's how we give our best attention, our best presence to the people who matter. And if you think about it, all great art requires slowness. You can't rush a painting or a poem or even a good meal. Beauty takes time, and maybe our lives are same. Maybe the richest part of life takes time too. This still life is coming together nicely. I'll keep adding details here and there, but I want to move on to my next painting, a view of sea through a cave. this image because cave feels like natural pauses. They are a place to rest, to look out, to take shelter before stepping into that vastness of world. And the sea is always moving but never rushing. Waves are crashing, tides are shifting, but everything happens in a rhythm, in a circle. That's the kind of slowness I want to carry in my life. So now, as I started sketching the cave walls, and I'll be mixing deep blue for the sea, and I'm thinking about how nature moves, how but we humans, we push ourselves to be in constant motion, always producing something, always performing something, always comparing ourselves to others. No wonder we feel burned out. What if slowing down doesn't mean falling behind? What if it means living at the speed of nature and not the speed of pressure? When I paint water, I think of how waves don't apologize for flowing. They just move at their own rhythm, and maybe that's what we need too: permission to live at our own rhythm. Here's something I've learned: when I slow down, I notice the little joys I usually miss, the sparkle in someone's eye, the sound of laughter in the next room, the way my own breath feels when I actually pay attention to it. Slowing down is a really just remembering that life isn't something to race through, it's something to feel. And here's another thought: sometimes slowing down doesn't mean doing less, it means doing things with more depth, more intention, more presence. You could paint fast and get a result, or you could paint slow and actually feel connected to every stroke. The second one may take more time, but it fills you in a way that first one never could. Maybe our lives are the same. Maybe slowing down isn't wasting time, it's filling time with meaning. Sometimes I think slowing down is actually about trust. Trusting that even if we pause, the world won't leave us behind. Trusting that our worth isn't tied to how much we do in a day, but how fully we live that day. I've noticed that whenever I give myself that permission to rest, I actually come up more creative, more present, and more alive. It's like these pauses refills you instead of taking away something from you. Maybe that's why I love painting so much, because it's forcing me to slow down. There are no shortcuts for blending colors or to rush some brush strokes, and maybe life is like that too. And the best parts aren't the ones that are rushed, that we spend in hurry. They are the ones where we slow down enough to notice them. So if you have been feeling pulled in every direction, maybe this is your reminder that it's okay to take it slower. The world will still be there, and you will meet it with more calm, more strength, and more joy. And I want to say this too, that slowing down is not always easy. It feels uncomfortable at first because the world has trained you to move faster and faster and faster, and maybe slowing down is kind of that thing that people may consider you a rebellious one, that you have a way of saying, I choose peace, I choose presence, I don't want to rush my life, I choose to live for the moments. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to look back on my life and realize I was always in hurry, that I missed the small miracles because I was chasing the next thing. So I'm practicing it slowly, with paintings like this, with walks, with deep breaths, and maybe you can practice that too. Today we painted two different things, a still life and the sea, but they both whisper the same message, that is slow down. Slowing down doesn't mean missing out something, it means arriving fully, it means noticing what's here instead of rushing towards what's next in your life. So maybe this week give yourself a small pocket of slowness. Drink tea without distraction, watch sky change colors, sit quietly for just 5 minutes, because art of slowing down is really the art of living. So, thank you for being here with me today, for sharing not just this painting but the quiet too. I hope this gave you a little space to breathe. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, be gentle with yourself and remember, you don't always have to move on. Sometimes slowing down is the bravest and the most beautiful thing you can ever do to yourself. This painting of cave and sea is almost done now. I love how the light spills in, how the waves shimmer. It feels like a reminder that beauty is always there waiting if you are willing to pause and notice that.